This video is about two stories, so I'm gonna give you two stories. One is about a snitch, right? The first story is about a snitch. And the second story is going to be about a correction officer over DC jail. My OG told me him and two other dudes was walking down the street, right? Now, this is like maybe summertime or whatever. With Bama used to, you know how it was. Bama wearing trench coats. You know what it is. You know what they're about to do. You know, you can see the signs or whatever. So when they caught up with the dude, and they asked him about it, well, you the only one that know the information that they question him about. Now, back in the day, you know, Bama's be calling dudes from Lawton. Man, make sure you catch up with dude, this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, tampering with witnesses, or however they feel they need to handle a witness. That's what they do. So, now they got all three of them, right, pointed with the gun. So they told the other two dudes, man, y'all can go. So my man was like, okay. So they started walking. So when you walking away from, he hear them talking in the background. He's walking away from the dude. And he happens to look over his shoulder. And this is the crazy part. D Bammers told him, since you like running your mouth, I'm going to put something in your mouth so you won't talk no more. In broad daylight, they made this Bama get on his knees and made him suck their dick. In broad daylight, in the hood. Since you like running your mouth, we going to put something in your mouth so you won't talk no more. Slam. I said, what? He said, man, broad daylight, man. Stuff is unbelievable, man, what some of these dudes would do. And the length they would go to embarrass you or to curry your ass. And if you're not built like that, I'm trying to tell you, if you're not built like that, Slim, you're going to have a hard life. You getting around with these dudes that's criminals, and they doing stuff, and you think it's fun and games, and then you get caught up in something, then you don't want to do the time, so you start snitching and telling or whatever, and you might be walking around free, and your buddy or whoever you did a crime with, they locked up. You never know who they know or who they gonna send after you to get you. So to silence you. You know what I'm saying? And he was at gunpoint. So they already know, especially when you're hanging around with a bunch of dudes, criminals, whatever, they know who's the weakest link, right? But he also can be the flunky. He also could be the crash test dummy. Yeah, send him out there, whatever. I ain't doing it. Send him out there. You want to hang with us? Man, go do this. Go do that. Okay. He go do it or whatever. And then next thing you know, he gets set up. You know? And that story stuck with me when my OG told me. You know, and I think, you know, I just wanted to share that with you guys. All I'm saying is that if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. The correction officer story, right? This is crazy too. And my man, dude I know, ran with, right? He became a DC correction officer, right? And so when you become a correction officer, you know they're gonna give you the spiel of not getting too close to these inmates. Watch these inmates. They manipulative. They would extort you. They would do all types of stuff, right? So you gotta keep things business with these inmates, because you never know. You know, a lot of your enemies come to you with a smile on their face. You know what I'm saying? And they very conniving and and they always plotting, right? They have hidden motives. My man was telling me when they were telling him the story, it was a guy came from out of town. He's from out of town. He made his way to D.C. He became a correction officer, right? Because maybe jobs was scarce where he lived at. So he came to D.C. and he became a D.C. correction officer, right? So during his time, this is what they were telling him in the orientation, right? Because they got to give it to you raw. So during his time of this out of town of being a correction officer, he doing his rounds and stuff. He doing head count. He doing what he do, doing his job and stuff. And this out and out gay dude was being friendly with him. And maybe he was just doing his job or whatever. I don't know. But the guy was being friendly with him. And what they do, they try to figure you out, right? You call it checking temperature or whatever. They try to figure you out, see how they could get in to you, right? How they could get in, in you, as though they can extort you or whatever they gonna do, right? Manipulate you or whatever, whether it be like you bringing in contrabands or whatever. But this particular way is one of the crazy ways I heard of somebody being extorted. The gay guy was being friendly with this correction officer, right? And so he was, friendly, talking to him, whatever, being friendly with him or whatever, right? And having a little conversation with him here and there, whatever. And so when the gay dude got comfortable with the CO, he said some stuff. This is what they do. They'll say some stuff that they know they could get them in trouble, but it's not really like get them in big trouble, so to speak, right? So get them in a little bit of trouble. So as the time go on, the gay dude must found a way into the CO, right, to get him. So eventually he told the CO how good he was sexually, right? You got a girlfriend or whatever. Oh, this and this and that. Yeah, I got a girlfriend, whatever. Okay, bam. Man, shoot, I'm better than your girl. I could do this and this and that better than your girl. Basically, he told the CO that he could suck his junk better than his girl can. Now, because he made a little pass at you or whatever, you're supposed to correct that right off the top, right? The CO did not correct it. He just went on about his way. So now, this faggy inmate, right? This gay inmate know, okay, he ain't say nothing, he ain't do nothing. Let me up the antes. So now every time he see him, he trying to convince him that this is what he can do and all this other stuff, right? Now, this is the time where these Bammers, they would work you call grooming or whatever it is, they could work you. So this Bammer allowed the CO dude, allow this gay inmate to convince him that he could do sexual things to him that better than his girl, right? So what the CO do? He allowed this gay inmate to perform oral sex with him in the showers where he know ain't no cameras there, nothing, just him and this gay dude, right? So he goes, let the dude perform oral sex on him, and went about his day. He went about his day. The inmate went about his day, whatever. Maybe a day or two later, they locked this dude up. They locked the CO up for rape. Right? Now you say, okay, well, damn, they didn't have cameras. How they get him for rape? This male homosexual inmate performed oral sex on a male CO officer and reported him. He forced me to have sex with him. So, okay, this story could be made up, right? You say, okay, he used an inmate. I don't trust you. You could be making this stuff up. This dude said, oh, well, I got proof. Now, when the dude nutted in the dude's mouth, this the graphic part. When the dude nutted in his mouth, the inmate saved his sperm and spit it in a cup and reported him for rape. This correction officer raped me. Now, that was his ticket to get out of jail or have a lawsuit, because a lot of they look for lawsuits to get money, and destroyed this correction officer life. Well, actually, he didn't do it. The correction officer destroyed his own career. He destroyed his own life. He ended up doing 7 years, cop a plea for 7 years for raping an inmate. Now, the people that you supposed to been guarding and watching over, you end up being just like that criminal. You end up being just like that inmate. So the gay inmate finessed his way into a lawsuit or whatever, but this correction officer should have known better, because he had all the orientation stuff. I honestly truly believe that it was in him to begin with, and because of this gay inmate knew how to manipulate people and knew how to finesse his game or whatever, he might have sold it in that correction officer. And he kept pressing this correction officer to the point where as though he found a way in, and he took the bait. I like sharing these stories with you guys because there's some crazy ass stories. That's my 2 stories. I hope you like it, share, and let me know what you think.